right, Dean is with us in Oakland, California. Hi, Dean. How are you?
Hey, Dave. Better than I planned. It's a real pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
You too, sir. What's your net worth?
About $1.2 million, I think. And that's because I'm a brand new millionaire. I've been keeping my head down for the last 20 years, and all of a sudden my wife says we have to invest, and went to the investor, and they finally told us what we were worth. And it was just shocking that
Cool.
I've been able to do that.
So you went to an advisor. Excellent. How old are you?
I am 42.
Cool. And what's the breakdown on this 1.2? How's it invested?
Well, we live in California, so, our paid-off house, about $600,000. I got a few $100,000 in IRAs. A lot of it's in cash because we just didn't know what to do with it. I got about $250,000, well, $249 in cash because of the FDIC. But literally a lot of our stuff is because my wife works in the tech industry that they've been giving her stock instead of bonuses. So
Gotcha.
that stock now rolled over, and it's all investment now.
Cool. So you inherited none of this, it sounds like.
I did inherit about $10,000, and that was when my mother passed away. She forced my dad to pay off my student loan because he had promised when I signed up for school. So.
Love it. That's funny. So
he made me work for every dollar to get to the school, and then expected me to pay for every dollar after I had left the school.
Yeah.
And my mom kind of had mercy and said, "Listen, we got enough money, to help him out." So,
Gotcha.
But that was it.
All right. And your range of income in your working lifetime?
I think me and my wife both started, under 20,000, and right now we're up to about 150, depending on the bonus situation.
Gotcha. And what's your careers?
Well, my wife works in IT, but I'm just a sign maker. I have a simple art degree, and I've just, like I said, I've just been, keeping my head down, doing the work, getting promotions, and saving up what I don't need.
Yeah. And what was your GPA?
In high school, it was 2.63 because I really didn't care. But when I got to college, when I got to actual art school, I got a 4.0 because I really enjoyed it.
Got it. Okay, cool. And how much of the $1.2 million is there because you borrowed money to create investments?
Yeah, absolutely none. We did pull my real estate agent, when we bought our first house, we couldn't afford the fees for the real estate agent. So my parents loaned him the money, and then he paid them back. And I've been working that off. I worked that off for 10 years with him, fixing houses up and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay. And what's been your giving pattern through your working adult life?
Me and my wife have given, small amounts here and there, to smaller organizations. But my thing is that my dad and my mom always were involved in nonprofit groups. And so I volunteer a lot of time, and I consider, a lot of my time off could be money, but I like to do the work.
Gotcha. Okay. Between you and your wife, how many books do you guys average reading a year?
Oh, I think my wife reads maybe one book every 5 years. She's a real internet kind of person. I maybe read 2 or 3 in a month, but mainly they are the kind of books that are like pamphlets, stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Cool. And what advice would you give to the 25-year-old version of the two of you that's out there floating around? Can they still become a millionaire, and what would they do?
I think my best advice, I was listening to the callers before, I think my best advice to people would be, don't be afraid to learn about investing money. Because that was my thing, is I don't want to give my money to a bunch of rich fat cats. I was one of those people that thought that rich people only got their money through, wrong means. And so I didn't want to give my money to them. Well, once I learned how the process works, I'm a lot more comfortable with it now.
So your advice would be to get some investing advice, have a good planner advisor in your corner.
Right. Talk to your parents. See what they're doing. Don't just ignore it because you don't think you have enough to invest. You got $1,000. You have enough to invest.
Yeah, it's time to get started then. Very good advice. Right. Cool, Dean. I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you for sharing with us. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.